Good morning and welcome. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Today is Saturday. I've got my outdoorsy stuff on. Not sure why, because I don't know if I'm going to go outdoors or not now because it's really cloudy. But maybe I'll take a walk when we're done. Hope everybody's fantastic. Today's our daily reading. I'm going to use the Runic Tarot for the reading and the Somnia Tarot for clarifying. And we'll get started. A couple more shuffles. Whew. Let's see what we've got going on. Current situation, please. Justice, present influence, High Priestess, future influence, Seven of Wands, what we don't see, Fool, what to look for, Ten of Pentacles, right? Yeah. Unexpected, Four of Swords, challenge, Empress, strength, Ace of Swords, the truth. And with the justice there in the present or the current situation, the truth is the strength right now. Where does this lead? Six of Pentacles, Hermit, Eight of Wands. Advice. Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Sun. And followed by Five of Cups, which is in itself is interesting. I have Kitty coming to say hi. So it's when you look at these cards, and as I pull them up, you'll see, and you can kind of see, they're really dark. I'm gonna pet him. He's kind of bummed or something because I'm taking care of my daughter's cat, and he has to stay upstairs because the other cat that I have, they don't get along. So I think he was kind of lonely. So I want to be sure to give him attention. The Sun, about the there's something just really interesting about didn't we have the Sun in our current yesterday? I believe we did. There is a temporary switch, and it's not that it's unhappy. It's not that, because I don't have any bad cards. There's no negative cards, so to speak. But I feel like there is some truth about this energy of the Sun. So if there was something yesterday that was like, oh, you're really excited, you got a lot of energy, and then all of a sudden it was like, I don't know. I think it's because there's some kind of misunderstanding or something. Again, Justice and the Ace of Swords. So let's dig. So we have the Justice here in the current situation. The present influence is the High Priestess, which I feel like you're the High Priestess being in the influence. There is something inside you that it's almost, I got the words wants to prevail. And I'm sorry, I was getting messages, but they're not making a lot of sense right now. Hate that. Give me a second. Yeah, there's something about winning, but I don't think it's winning like in a competition. I think it's winning, the justice type winning. Like, I was right, and not like flaunting I was right. Okay, like not that at all. Um, but it's justifying things for you. And it has to do with your intuition or the way you felt about something. There was something nagging at you, and I feel like the justice is the truth. Let's clarify the justice. Sorry, there was something. I feel like there's more to this, and maybe the clarifying will help. Sometimes it just takes a minute, you know? Tell me more about the justice, please. I just feel like there's something really strong, you know, like there's something that I'm supposed to hear or see, but I'm not quite there. Tell me about the justice. Fool, Temperance, Five of Wands. Yeah. Ooh, with the Devil. You got the Fool and what you don't see as well. Yeah, I think there's something here where there's a feeling of a new beginning, right? And then and I feel like that energy does the temperance is the balance, the and it leads to the Six of Pentacles. So there is something about balance here, or give and take, or but the temperance is about emotional balance. There is, I feel like with the Five of Wands, and I'll show you. I feel like these cards are saying you you are right in the energy that you have given this. This is clarification to you that you have handled this exactly the way you are supposed to handle this, whatever the situation is, and it has something to do with joy here. So if you're feeling like unsure about how you handled something, you handled it correctly, and your gut is you're following that. You're following your gut, and that's what I think is helping you here. Like there is a definitely a big, you know, yeah, I did it. Like this is right. This is the right thing. Let's look at the High Priestess and the present influence. Now she's just, this is like what I said. I don't think there's much more to it. It's the influence of your higher self is allowing this for you to see the truth, or it's been justified, and you say, okay, I thought this, and now it's been justified to me that this is true. And that's kind of nice when you sometimes if your intuition is saying something and you're kind of unsure, you don't know if it's your ego or your spirits, you don't know. And sometimes it's a fine line, but in this case you're justified. High Priestess, Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Judgment. So Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Judgment. There is something here about something new, and it is close to your heart here. And I feel like with the Page of Swords, the work you've been doing is paying off. And with the Judgment, it's you understand that there is like this renewal. There's a renewal. And I think the way I feel and the messages I'm getting and the feelings I'm getting is this renewal is in yourself. It's allowing you to trust yourself now more. And it's interesting because then we have the Seven of Wands and the future influence, which is all about standing up for what you believe. So now you trust yourself. You will have an easier time standing up for what you believe here in the near future, the Seven of Wands. I feel like that there's just part of you that's like, I've really got to stand up with this. I was justified here. I was right. And now you want to stand up. To me, this is not some big blown out, I'm going to stand up and make a difference. It's not that. It's quiet. It's okay. Maybe if this has to do with another person, it's time for us to have a conversation, so that you can understand how I feel, because I was right about something here. And not that you would even throw that in their face or anything like that. It's just you have the confidence now. And and I feel like this standing up is more of a quiet action. It's not loud. Um it's not a normal wand type reaction where it's fiery, and it's subtle. And I think it's subtle when I look at this card. Now, we talked about this yesterday, especially I think, yeah, in my short, is in this card especially, and there's another card too, another deck that has the Seven of Wands, where they're backing up here. He's on the cliff. If he keeps fighting and they keep pushing, he could go over. So there is this is like a more subtle Seven of Wands to me than where you see a lot of them where they're like, I'm ready to fight you, I'm blocking this is subtle. And I feel like that's good energy, though. I feel like it's really good, because sometimes if we don't do things subtly, it can shock people or push people away. The Fool is in the what you don't see. I want to clarify this. So the Fool is all about, taking a leap of faith, starting something. But I get the overall feeling here. I want to know more about this, because this position is either something about yourself that you don't recognize, or another person, another party, the environment, something happening around you that you're not aware of yet. So let's look at this. Maybe the other cards will. This deck helps me so much, like, get into this one. There's just something about it. The Fool plays in what we don't see. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Excuse me, Six of Wands. I feel like someone else could be recognizing you. Okay, Queen of Cups, not necessarily gender specific. Honestly, no, I think this is you recognizing how you feel. And to me, the Page of Pentacles, especially in this deck, is definitely a discovery, and you've worked really hard. This is a discovery that didn't come easy. You had to dig and dig and dig. And I feel like this is about, taking care of yourself or looking out for yourself. And it's interesting too, because we have the Empress as our challenge, and that's always hard to do. But there is some kind of recognition here where you've realized something very specific about yourself, which will give you a new leash on life. And you don't realize that yet with that Fool. There's something here where what you have discovered is setting you free. If you've discovered anything, keep in mind, this could be over the next day or two where you might discover something and realize, because you don't realize right now, you don't see this will set you free once you see it. It's until then. But I feel like all of this energy is about that, because there's something very quiet about the Seven of Wands. There's also, I think, even with this Ten of Pentacles, it's, it's about being ready to move forward with something. So I think this is all about that. But once you recognize that you have this new leash, this new idea, this new target, this new way to handle yourself, it's honestly going to set you free in a lot of different ways. There is still work over here, especially with that Hermit, but you've got that Eight of Wands, which tells me that, things are going to start flying here, whatever the situation is. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles and what to look for. So in this deck particularly, it talks about, okay, you've gotten to the point where you've accumulated everything you need. Well, that's the Ten of Pentacles in most decks. You've got family, home, generational family. You've got everything you need, basically. It's what it's saying. And none of us always have everything we need, right? Because we always want more. But this is saying, okay, now I'm ready. I've got everything. I can go after XYZ because I'm ready to do so. I've collected the knowledge. I've collected the things, the material things, whatever it is. Now I can move forward. So this is asking you, like a Nine of Pentacles, recognize what you have and then see that you can move forward now. You are ready to move forward, but you need to look for that. You need to find it yourself. It's not just going to happen. And that's what's here. Like, it's not going to happen until you identify it and realize you can, if that makes sense. The Four of Swords is in your unexpected. There is healing happening here, and I think it's definitely has to do with you. It could have to do with somebody else too, especially with that Six of Pentacles. I kind of feel like this has something to do with someone else. However, it doesn't have to be love or anything like that. It could be work related, definitely, but it's not just about you. Like, it's about you in a group at work, or you with someone you care about, or family member, friends. Tell me more about the Four of Swords here. So I love the Four of Swords in this deck, in this runic deck, because it talks about how the Vikings, right? When they lose someone, when someone dies, they're put on a boat. Now, I don't know if they do it for a collective, if it's after war, they put their dead on a boat. There are people that have passed on. Sorry. That's so like, ugh. And it sails off, and basically allowing it to head into, their new life, whether that's heaven or their souls are renewed, right? However you believe, but it's the ceremony. It's kind of their funeral. And part of that ceremony is to heal, is to watch this ship go by. And you do your remembrance as it's going by. And at that point, you're healing and allowing yourself to heal from this. So that's where that comes in. And that's how it identifies with healing as far as in the tarot. And it's, to me, too, unexpectedly, not only is there healing, but it's kind of ceremonial. And I think, let's look at more into that, because I think that's kind of interesting. And I feel like and it could be, especially with the High Priestess, the Fool, you've got the Empress, you've got all of these really cool cards. And then, actually using this healing as a ceremony is kind of cool. Tell me more about the Four of Swords. Six of Swords. That was odd, because I almost said Six of Swords, right? Nine of Swords. Okay. 10 of Wands. That's okay. Because what this is, there has been some kind of energy of moving away from something. And we've had this card in the past recently where it's brought some stress because there has been this heavy burden. And that is what you're healing from, the heavy burden that's been causing you stress about moving away from a situation. So with all of this energy is bringing you healing regarding this situation in itself. So, and I feel like it's like an aha moment too, because in our strength, we have the Ace of Swords. So there is a moment of truth here. We've got justice in the present, the current situation. There's definitely truth happening. And that is truth does set you free. Absolutely. It can be hard and it can be scary, but it does set you free. So let's continue here. Okay. Our challenge is the Empress. And so there might be a challenge of really taking care of yourself, even though all of these epiphanies are about you and being and justifying your feelings and how you feel. There's still part of you that feels like maybe something is missing, that you're not completely fulfilled. That's the challenge here. Tell me more about the Empress. Let's see if we can go deeper. Oh, that Nine of Swords, man, the Fool. Okay, so there is like there's a new energy. So the stress has led to, I think the Fool has come up a couple times. So there's definitely something happening here with a new leap of faith. And then we've got the Three of Cups, which says, you know, there could be I think there's some kind of leading towards some kind. So there's been some kind of real stress for you to take a leap of faith. And I feel like with the Three of Cups, it's like, you know, how do I navigate celebrating this? I feel like the Empress, it's your challenge only because I feel like part of you wants more. I feel like there's something missing, and that's what to get over. That's what you have to navigate through. Because these are kind of good cards, even though the Nine of Swords is there. Yeah, there's going to be stress when we take a leap of faith sometimes. That just happens. And the Three of Cups is about celebration. So it's kind of saying, well, um, you know, like it's going to be hard. If this is a romantic situation, it may be getting over a third party situation. Also, it could be getting over gossip. That could be. I think that would be very specific to certain people. I don't think that's a real overall. So I just keep that in mind too as you're moving forward. However, I love the strength is the Ace of Swords, truth, um, truth, and it could be an aha moment. I kind of feel like it was an aha moment, but we were talking about, you know, with the Justice there. I mean, there's something that's just really like in your face. This is all right. You were right. Um, and again, not in a mean way. When I say in your face, it's more like in your face, not showing it off to someone else, you know, saying, ha, it's not that. I think it's an inner type thing where you really need this, where you really need to feel justified within yourself. You know, so often when we do something, we can second guess what we do, and then we don't trust ourselves. You know, like, oh, I've made so many mistakes in the past, blah, blah, blah. Well, we all do that, right? But this is like genuine, oh my gosh, right? I was right. So tell me more about this Ace of Swords. Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups, Four of Cups. I think there is a feeling of that you realizing, I feel like this is a realization of your dreams. Nine of Wands, it's hard, yes. Yes, you've withstood. Yes, you know exactly what you want. And I think the Four of Cups is keeping your eyes on that. Now, the Four of Cups can sometimes be a negative card in the respect that you are so focused on one thing that you're not looking at other things. But I think in this case, because it's in our strength, yes, you're focusing in the right direction. You are focused in the right thing. And I don't think it's a warning to be careful. Again, it's in our strength. And then there's the Ten of Cups there. So there's something here that's very fluid, very loving, very caring, whether it's inside yourself or a situation that you're coming into. So where does this all lead? It leads to the Six of Pentacles. So we've got Six of Pentacles, Hermit, and then the Eight of Wands. So the Six of Pentacles is about reaching a point where you can share. You have enough to give. It also, to me, can be about the give and take. Because a lot of times you see in the Six of Pentacles, and not so much in this one, I do not believe, where the guy that's giving is only giving to one person, and the other one is sitting there like really kind of sad, waiting for something. To me, it's almost like shunning the other person and kind of like bragging in front of them. So there's some things about the Six of Pentacles I don't really like all the time, but that's why I see it a lot as being fair too. Like being fair. Yeah, you have enough to give, and why are you only giving it to one person? However, right, if we start talking about that, well, this person didn't work for it, this person's not reliable, whatever, there's reasons. But I feel like in this deck, it's more about the resources that you have around you. There, whatever your situation is and wherever this is leading, whatever you've had this epiphany about, or you've been vindicated, you will now feel that you are able to give and take, and or the other part of this situation, because there is someone else involved, whether it's someone or an entity, there will be more equal, balanced give and take here. You'll want to share because you feel like you're getting back too. You don't feel taken advantage of. So, I mean, I feel like that feels pretty good to me. It does lead to the Hermit. I think you will need to make new discoveries. There'll be new things to be had in this situation. And I think that's why it leads to this Eight of Wands, because, okay, now I'm at this point where I feel like things are more fair, which leads you to another discovery. It's setting you free, in a sense, to reach this other discovery. And that's what leads to the Eight of Wands. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands can be about messages. It can be about travel. It can be about a situation coming in. It can be about new opportunities. Whatever it is, there is a lot of energy behind it. Sometimes the opportunity can also pass you by really quickly, kind of like the Ace of Wands. Oh, he's playing. Okay. Sorry, I get it. How cute is that? Hold on a second, because I want to get that ball out. Hold on, because it's like stuck. Sorry. See, my cat's not very playful, but this cat is very playful. So let's look at the Eight of Wands. Oh, I'm so glad he's playing. Okay. He was kind of feeling sad when I came up this morning. Well, tell me about the Eight of Wands, please, and where this all leads. Tell me about the Eight of Wands. Six of Wands, Two of Cups, and Five of Cups. Okay, I actually do like this because I feel like this is a new opportunity with a situation that you have been feeling upset about. I feel like there is going to be, okay, so this message comes in from somebody that's recognizing the disappointment in the relationship. Now, again, that could be work or anything else, a partnership of any kind. But I feel like what's happening here with the Eight of Wands is a message coming in. I feel like it will come in. It's saying, yeah, I'm recognizing the disappointment here. Now, it could be that you recognize about some disappointment, but I don't think so, because this is all about the truth here. And I feel like there's going to be truth coming out with the Ace of Wands and the Justice, or Ace of Swords and the Justice, and the High Priestess. There's some pretty telling cards that there's going to be some kind of truth. Also, the Six of Pentacles, and the Fool, and the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, they all kind of lead to that. So, and the Four of Swords. So, yeah, I feel like there is going to be some kind of message that is someone or an entity. Like, again, it could be, when I say someone, it could be the establishment, your work, your church, your whatever. There's some kind of recognition here that there was something very disappointing in the past, and this is the rectifying it. And I feel like that's what the message is about. I've recognized this. I've seen this. This is what's happening. You could also be messaging someone else. The advice here is the Four of Wands. I think it's asking you to celebrate this, because it's a big deal. I feel like if there's someone or once you learn this, it's a big deal. Like, I feel like, especially this message, if it does come in, it could be really hard for this other person, regardless of what situation it is, to say, hey, yeah, I recognize that was, I hurt you. And then you can work things out, right? The talking is beginning. The conversation has started. And that's too what the strength is. There's going to be this very good clarity. I feel like there's something very exciting here. So if you get the message, don't, again, at Seven of Wands, you don't have to go in tough. You just have to explain. This is how I felt. This is what this did. This is what I was working for, blah, 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 whatever the situation is. But you don't have to go in hard. And I think it's going in soft. So, but if the message, and when that message comes in, it's asking you to celebrate it and to be kind. I mean, I see a lot of kindness in this card. So there you have your reading for today. I hope you liked it. Let me know. Hit that thumbs up button. Really does help. And have a beautiful day.